take Dr. Court's boat and get everyone off the island. Yes, we will rip this place apart, starting with the main computer. Destroy InGen! We're free!
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about one of the craziest stories in Jurassic Park history. You may have walked out of Fallen Kingdom thinking that human cloning in the Jurassic Park franchise was something that seemed really creepy and kind of completely different to a brand that has, for the most part, been recognized for its genetically engineered dinosaurs. While you're not really wrong with that assessment, I do want to make it clear that what we saw in the 5th film is nothing compared to what's happened before in the series past. Before I go any further, I want to bring up a previous film in the series, Jurassic Park 3. Now, Jurassic Park 3 is most definitely not a science fiction movie like the first film, and in fact, it really just kind of presents its dinosaurs as new animals that InGen never told anybody about, and we don't really get any sort of clarification on where they came from, why they were cloned, or what's really going on. The movie doesn't feel like the nature preserve that Lost World showed off, but it does indeed feel like a tropical island filled with dinosaurs. Well, they take that stuff a bit further with the release of the PC game known as Jurassic Park Scan Command. This was also known later on as Dinosaur Battles. Now, the plot of this game gets bonkers and kind of overtly complicated, so in order to move on and get to the point, I'm going to sum the story up pretty quickly. Spoilers ahead, you've been warned. So back in the early 2000s, a guy by the name of Harrison Manley accidentally sails to the wrong island that he was supposed to take a small group of kids to. Of course, this wrong island ends up being Isla Sorna, and it doesn't take long for the dinosaurs to start attacking their camps. While this stuff is going on, somebody is sent to the island in order to rescue them. And on their journey, they end up uncovering a nefarious plot by an InGen scientist by the name of Dr. Quartz. This Dr. Quartz has been doing wild experiments on the dinosaurs and creating animals that are vastly superior to what we've seen before in the past. She's also been hard at work on replicating the DNA of the ancient civilization that used to live on Site B during the Mayan days. If you've seen my playthrough of Jurassic Park Trespasser, you'll probably already be accustomed to knowing that there used to be people living on the island. Well, Dr. Quartz is more than successful, and she manages to create her very own genetically engineered superhumans that she's codenamed the Primos. These Primos are 3 identical human beings who have been helping her control the dinosaurs and guard her secret labs so that she can continue her work in creating what she calls the Strong. Towards the end of the game, you thwart her plans and the Primos run free, but I think I've said enough to make you understand just how insane this whole plot really was. And that's without me even mentioning the Mayan ruins that somehow feature a Spinosaurus, Pteranodon, and T-Rex within their cave drawings, despite the fact that the animals wouldn't even be cloned until the 20th century. The great protectors of air, land, and sea is what they called them. Talk about wild. And as crazy as all of that sounds, I do want to make a point of the Lost World Jurassic Park's role-playing book having featured a caveman that InGen cloned during those days. It's pretty weird too, but I don't think it comes anywhere near to the level of crazy that Scan Command gave us. So if you haven't heard about any of this before, you're probably wondering, what the hell were they thinking? Cloning ancient humans and having the Mayans intertwined with InGen's dinosaurs? Like, what is going on there? What kind of headspace were they in? And I gotta tell you guys, having owned this game back in the day, it never really surprised me that much. If you were alive back then and able to pay attention to a lot of the promotional content for the 3rd film, you probably noticed that there was quite a lot of video game tie-ins that went in a very different direction than Jurassic Park 3 itself. Keep in mind that much of JP3 was designed to be the anti-Lost World, so they were really trying to channel what worked in the first film and use that as a launching off point. This is why you get things like the mech suit warrior man in Dino Defender, and that secret base with hidden ruin puzzles that would have been played in the cancelled Jurassic Park Survival. They were trying to return to that more genetic engineering and high-tech feel. You know, big computers and 3D graphics that call themselves a Unix system, stuff like that. So around the same time came Scan Command, with this barcode scanning device that lets you upgrade your dinosaurs and uncover a plot about a mad scientist woman who is trying to create clones superior to human beings called the Primos. Is it really outlandish and crazy? Absolutely. But guess what? Chaos Effect was just a few years earlier, and that wasn't exactly grounded either. This was just the kind of stuff they were playing with back then. Now, as far as Jurassic Park 6 goes, I don't really think any of us have anything to worry about as far as a human clone army is concerned, and I think that film is just going to follow up on what it means for a human being to be artificially created, just like all of the other life forms that John Hammond's dream gave birth to. I knew immediately when I saw that twist in Fallen Kingdom that it was going to be something that some people would take a major issue with. But if we're being honest here, the truth is they'd done far crazier things that weren't even remotely as grounded as a simple man who missed his dead daughter. Dr. Quartz was on a whole other level when compared to the reality of Benjamin Lockwood. Plus, that stuff was grounded in the Jurassic Park novel by Michael Crichton. That being said, I am extremely curious to learn how many of you were aware of the story before I did a video on it, and how many of you grew up playing this game on PC. Do you have any memories of Scan Command or Dinosaur Battles from back in the day? And what was your reaction to hearing that an InGen scientist had cloned 3 human beings from the DNA of an ancient civilization? I always thought it was weird, but man, it always seemed like it fit that weird formula they were trying to go for. There was a mech warrior and Dino Defender. Like, what? That's just how it was back then. Also, for some reason my scanner barely worked half of the time. What's up with that? Did anybody else have problems using that thing during their playthrough of the game? The thing always felt broken whenever I played with it as a kid. But hey, whatever your own thoughts, experiences, and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that all of you continue to watch my videos, and I never want any of you to forget that. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video, and hope you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. See you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.